the House Republicans, should they include language in the next continuing resolution to fund the government beyond September 30th? Should they continue or put language that would defund the HHS mandate?
What I have said from the very beginning is that this is an issue that the American people care deeply about. The nation does not like Obamacare. They especially don't like the fact that our religious liberties have been stripped away from us in Obamacare. This is the line in the sand. This is our fundamental right for religious liberty. It is why the Pilgrims came to this country, to have religious freedom. Barack Obama is taking away that basic right from the American people. So of course we're going to stand, and I've believed from the beginning that in every possible area that we can, we need to fight it, whether it's in the continuing resolution or any other piece of legislation. That's why I wrote the bill to repeal Obamacare. We can't have a bill that denies Americans our fundamental protections of religious liberty.
Do you think Speaker Boehner would support prohibiting the funding for this regulation in that next continuing resolution?
Well, you'll have to ask the Speaker how he feels about that. All I know is that in a recent poll, 66% of the American people want us to either fully repeal Obamacare or drastically change this legislation. It's wildly unpopular, it's completely unconstitutional, and it needs to go.
Have you had conversations with Speaker Boehner, or are you planning to, about this upcoming CR after September 30th?
Well, those conversations are between colleagues, and those are ones that I wouldn't be revealing. But again, the most important thing is that we are the people's representatives. We need to do the will of the people. The people want to have their liberties back, and they don't like to see religious institutions, particularly the Catholic Church, have to be forced to deny their sincerely held faith and the doctrine of their faith in order to become compliance with government. Because at that point, who is God? Is government God, or are people allowed to follow their conscience before God? That's really the issue at hand, and we cannot have this change that Barack Obama has put forward. And that's why you see the people here today who are working very hard to make sure they can hold on to their religious liberties.
What do you think, finally, what do you think the best shot will be to repeal this regulation and Obamacare?
Well, I think what we need to do is replace Barack Obama in November. There's no question. We have to replace Barack Obama. We have to replace the United States Senate. They stand for denial of religious liberties. It's very sad. It's shocking. You wouldn't think that they would. But we need to have a very bold, strong election. The economy is a big issue. Jobs are a big issue in this election. But we can't forget that there's basic values of decency and of our Constitution. And that's very important to the American people, too. And so I really believe that the election is what this is going to be about. And we need to use every possible legislative vehicle we can between now and November to try and repeal this unconstitutional piece of legislation. And hopefully the Supreme Court will agree with that and release a decision to cast down and declare as unconstitutional Obamacare.